We used to live in a free world, but a great battle with the coronavirus forced people into isolation. With everyone in lockdown, StarCraft was given life. An actual new Korean has come to take the throne, just as previous Korean legends have before. With Scan quickly climbing the ranks, JH had no choice but to come and defend his mountaintop. Scan currently in second place with a record of 126.55 versus JH currently in fourth place with a record of 70.26. Face off to see who is the top Korean currently participating in SCW. What up, SC fans? Been a while. It's your boy Tony G here, and yeah, we're going to cast some StarCraft, the ever-evolving game of StarCraft, fastest map possible. Let us see how much the meta has changed. We got the new Korean Scan here, facing up versus the old champion Korean JH here, and we got a good old classic matchup. Protoss versus Terran. Terran, unfortunately, in the middle spot, so it will be at a disadvantage right away. Going to go for that classic Korean barracks first here. Scan, not going to go for a mid build. He has been going for a lot of mid builds, but he is going to respect JH's micro, whether it be Lings or Marines, because I believe this was random versus random. And, yeah, let us see how these 300 APM Koreans play. I'm gonna open up for a 2 gateway inside of his base, right at the normal, so that is as pretty safe. I doubt he's gonna go 4 gate. We'll see if he goes 2 gate Forge, 2 gate into gas, 2 gate Nexus. Lots of possibilities off of the 2 gate. 2 gate is just going to be a safe opening. I'm not going to die to any Ling Rush, not going to die to any Terran barracks at the choke or anything like that. SCV going to go out now to scout for JH, going to probably scout that middle, make sure it's not a mid build, because that is, oh no, he's not even going to, just going to go around. You guys have played 22 times. Their record is 11-11, so they're pretty evenly matched here, their overall record this season. I don't know if they've played before or what. I think Scan is a fairly new. I think this is his first season actually participating. Gonna throw down that Nexus now. Second pylon at home too, so not even going to worry about a choke at all. That is what the 2 gateway does give you. That at least you don't have to waste money on a forge or cannons. He is going to be a little bit susceptible to scouting, at least if this Marine gets in here. He will be able to check everything that's going on. These Zealots are going to have to do a good job killing that. Okay, Marine not going to be microed. 400 APM going to throw to waste there. This SCV is definitely going to get in there, though. Going to send these Marines back home. Zealot's going to go down at the bottom left, assuming that he is close by. Sends a Marine. Usually send that second Marine out to scout after that SCV. But he is going to be incorrect, keeping this SCV alive to get all the scouting information. He's now going to go for that gas, cybernetics core, and choke here a little bit later than if he was to go for the Nexus first, a little bit safer here. He is going to have 4 Zealots on the field that he is going to be able to attempt to slow down this Marine push while his choke does get up and he can start teching safely. The Marines are going to come in here, going to get sandwiched by those 4 Zealots, doing a nice little surround on these Marines. Not going to be able to do your nice just backup micro. Going to have to get all onto one side here. Zealot's doing a nice job sending these Marines back while his choke gets up. More Marines being built, more Zealots coming in. My girlfriend just came in and gave me a weird look of why am I talking so much in my little dormitory that I have set up in here. But yeah, she will just give me a dirty look and let me be with the door closed while these Marines come forward. One cannon is up. These Zealots are on the outside, going to perhaps run by, perhaps surround them. Gonna go for that surround, try to lower this Marine count. And these Zealots are going to do a great job taking out all of these Marines, pretty much all of these Marines that are outside of his choke, going to get them back to these reinforcements and still doing a pretty good job here. Hard to micro versus this many Zealots, but JH does a fairly good job without any bunkers or anything, but quickly gonna have to go on the defense while trying to go on the offense, and that is all because of the 2 gateway opening non-stop production from these Zealots is going to be able to keep up pretty well as long as you keep the Marine numbers small, which he has been doing a pretty good job of from the 3 barracks opening from the Terran. 3rd command center now going down for JH, so JH isn't even going to try to establish a choke or anything. He is pretty confident in his micro abilities here. He could be in trouble if this was a Dragoon build. I don't know if he saw that it was a robotics or not. Oh god. But yeah, he is going to play pretty confidently, not even throwing up any turrets or anything, so he got his timings out pretty well. Engineering bay is going to go up here. We see the Citadel of Adun going down pretty late, actually. Support bay going down much quicker. Looks like it might be a little bit more Reaver focused build. He could be going for the Reaver Zealot speed. That would kind of make sense. Not sure. It's a little bit too early to tell exactly what Scan is doing. Only on 2 guys. So yeah, no, actually I think it is. I think he's going to go for a Reaver Zealot legs, fairly quick push, which I feel like is going to do pretty good versus JH. He's being pretty aggressive here. It does not look like he's giving Scan quite the respect that he may deserve here, because Reavers do pretty good versus Marines here. Siege tanks are not going to be out for a little while here. Throwing up 2 gateways here just to mess up with those Marines, just in case they did decide to perhaps stim in here and break that Protoss choke. It is possible if you do have enough medics and there isn't 2 big buildings in the way messing up the AI of the very dumb units, but yeah, the Marines are just going to stim here, take out these gateways, which are out of range of these cannons here. A couple turrets are going to go down here to try to detect future drop from coming, but still no defense really at home. 2 SCVs up here to attempt to start a choke here. He is going to send all these Marines back, not going to try to even dare fight these Reavers. And yeah, again, JH trying to go on the offensive, but he is going to be forced to go back on the defensive. Yet again, the supplies are pretty even here, so if JH is able to get up sufficient defense, which he just has been totally ignoring, he may be able to get back into this, but this is a pretty tricky moment here for Terran. Terran has put all of his minerals basically into this push, which just got shut down immediately the second these 2 Reavers got pushed out. We can see Zealot speed nearly finished here, so that means JH or Scan is going to start moving out here, and without any tanks, no siege mode. I don't believe siege mode is done. 1 tank nearly done, but this is going to be a tough hold. He's really gonna have to split these Marines, but Zealots are going to just be able to massacre them while they are splitting up here, trying to get a wall up here, trying to get as many bunkers as he can down here. I still don't know if siege mode is done yet. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. I feel like that just finished and he just built the tank, but Neither of those engineering bays are moving. This Reaver is going to move in here. These Zealots are going to come in here. The Marines are going to try to flank this push. Going to pick up the Reavers. They'll keep them all alive. And look at that, just absolutely demolishing all these Marines. Look at that, siege mode was done, but going to move forward is going to be pretty hard to hold this without any bunkers or anything. But as these siege tank numbers get up, it will be a little bit easier to deflect. He even went double starport, so he was going to go for mass drops too, it looks like. Because if you're going to go just race to defend drop, usually you don't get a little control tower thing here. One Reaver does remain, is going to come back here. JH going to pull the SCV, is going to drop it against 3 Marines. 3 Marines aren't going to be enough. Reaver staying alive, stopping JH's minerals. SCVs are going to come down here. More Zealots are getting sent in here, and that Reaver does go down. More turrets are going to come up here on the right side. Not too many on the left side here. Well, the dropship is actually alive with the Reaver. Reaver did not go down. My B. Tons of gateways back at home, macroing very nicely, defending for all of these possible tank drops. Templar of Archive just going down now, so Scan countering the all-in, or not all-in, but the very offensive build with his very offensive build of his own. A tank drop is going to go out here. Reaver just taking out turrets. A bunch of Marines are going to come down here and stim. They could possibly all die. Tank Reaver was pretty low, not going to die. Only one cannon about to finish. 2 cannons here. This could kill some probes. I don't know if it will be enough. It could very well turn the tides in the favor. Going to actually get all of the probes. Only 8 probes left. So now Scan is on a little bit of a timer here. If JH can hold on, he will be in a great spot. 69 SCVs to 8 probes here. So that was actually a huge drop. That was a Hail Mary from JH, and it actually is going to be caught. Actually looks like he is going to go Wraith. He's going to start popping out a couple from his 2 starports. More and more Protoss units coming in here. We do see, there we go, 4 more Reavers, and this actually might be GG right here. That looks like it is going to be too much. Wraith out of position, not going to be in here. All these SCVs are going to go down. If he is able to drop the SCV numbers down, then he will be back into a prime time position. Marines going to come. Not all of the SCVs did die, but he's not done yet. More and more Reaver shots going to go down here and absolutely taking out all of the SCVs here. 16, there we go. Now we are actually even, and there we go. Protoss back ahead in workers. JH main nearly down, most of his SCVs gone. His supply 43 to 62. Protoss and has a bunch of Dragoons coming in here. Don't think this will be enough for a Terran player. Looks like Scan is going to be able to take out JH quite handedly. I don't know if this is one of their first games that they played and JH just didn't quite respect the power of Scan yet, or what. Maybe he did this more of an all-in build because he's in a middle spot and he just figured turtling is too hard. He does not want to go into a late game with the Protoss, but not exactly sure what his thinking is. But yeah, Scan is going to take this very nicely with a nice Reaver build. Did get tank dropped. If he didn't get tank dropped, this just would have been a crush, but that tank drop did make it look close for a little bit, but then that Reaver drop came and turned the tides pretty quickly, and there's no way he's going to be able to hold on here. Going to try his best though. Reavers though going to be able to slowly whittle this away. He could probably just drop them right on top of those tanks and be GG. There we go. One more shot. Scarab upgrade. GG going to be called. I think that's GG in Korean. And yeah, GG. Scan is going to win this one. We might as well watch another one, know what I'm saying? So we'll jump into another one. See you in a little bit. Alright, so we have switched up the matchup. JH is now going to be the white Protoss, and now Scan will be playing La Terron. He does have a good chance already just from the positions and his corner spot location, just from the beginning dice roll. Scan's doing okay. JH looking like he is okay. No, never mind. He's gonna go for that pretty forward gateway. Not quite a choke, not quite a mid build, but also a little bit closer to the enemy than if you were just put the pylon there. Going for that classic barracks first Korean style. They just love getting that barracks first instead of the classic supply depot that non-Koreans like to do. Gonna throw that. Yeah, gateway up, nothing crazy out of him either. Throwing that in a pretty standard place. The first gateway gonna go down. Only one. Okay, no, it looks like he's gonna go for a double gateway. Some Korean speech is going down. 11. Recognize numbers in Korean. Going to go down. Okay, good. I thought I didn't resume this for a second. DMA. JH likes the DMA. Him and Joe Rogan would get along. Or that, I think that's DMH or something. I don't know. Sounds like a Joe Rogan drug. Gonna go for a 3 gateway. So JH looks like he's gonna go pretty aggressive here. Only 2 barracks down for Scantron here. So maybe gonna go for a 2 barracks academy build, but the academy's not built yet, so I think he's just chatting and actually I don't know if he likes to do 2 barracks versus a Protoss. It looks like, yeah, he actually is gonna go for that 2 barracks academy opening up here. Very confident in his Marine Micro, especially versus such a quickly scouted Protoss person. SCV going to check around in the middle, kind of. No, not really. Not even going to be worried about the mid build. Going to just go down here in a random location, see what he can get done. Forge going down, so 3 gateway forge here for a Protoss player. And, yeah, we're going to see how Scans micros against this. Scans getting some pretty good shots off. I don't want to do 4 versus 1. 2 you can probably do. 6 versus 2 as a zealot number to get up. It's going to be harder and harder for the Terran because he has 3 gateways versus 2. But once his academy is done, which I feel like it is maybe a little bit later than you want in this build, but I don't know if I should say anything. Because Scan's pretty Gosu, he's going to have Firebats and Medics if he chooses. Pretty quickly, a Cybernetics Core going down, so it actually looks like JH is going to go right into Dragoons. The first encounter, or the second encounter going down here. The Zealot's really committing here. Terran is forced to go back into his little barracks doom where the Zealots have to go down these little aisles in order to fight, and the Marines can get an advantage with their guns. Pylon pretty aggressively actually played one at the choke and then one pretty aggressive, so this is like a safer one. He just keeps trying to push his luck as far as he can. Started off way out here. Now he's going to start the cannons up here, not waste any money down here since he did establish the spot. Firebats are out though, so this actually may not get up, and this could be a mistake if he does not actually get a cannon back here, because Firebats do pretty good versus Zealots. He is going to have to go around here, try to buy himself some time. Actually, never mind. He's going to actually go ahead and try to engage here before the Medics and Stim complete. Stim almost done here. And yeah, this is now... Actually, no, he's definitely bought himself enough time to get those cannons up. Factory nearly done at the back. Going to have that safely established just in case he does try to get aggressive. And he does get a barracks up here in the bottom left corner of JH. A classic Terran trick, but it's been done so many times and it's attempted basically every game that if it's possible, you're going to try it, right? And it is going to be detected. A common tactic. Not going to be... JH not going to fall for that. He does have his cannons established at the choke here. So he is officially not going to die to anything too aggressive for now. Oh my god, I misclicked that like 4 times. Citadel of a Dune, so no robotics facility at all. Going to go for a heavy... I don't even know exactly what he's doing. I feel like he wants to maybe throw down the Templar of Archives and get some DTs out. 2 command centers going down for Scans. So Scans playing very confidently here. And he's doing a great job here. A couple of Zealots are going to try to sneak up top. See if they can get any handy information down. There we go. Templar of Archives is down. Still no robotics facility, so a possible DT... Yeah, I think he just going DT for now. Takes that SCV out, which is going to delay that starport, which is going to delay that science vessel, which is going to not allow Scan really to move out of his base. He's going to have Scans pretty soon to defend. Definitely before DTs come out, since I don't even see him building any. Oh, there we go. He just cancels those Zealots. Now he's going to build 3 DTs out of there. So the 3 DTs are going to come out. No turrets. Not even an Engineering Bay. Engineering Bay just being built now. So it's going to be a tight race here. DTs going to have to try to make it there before that Engineering Bay gets some. Actually, no, it's not even going to be close. Engineering Bay is going to be done before these DTs are even done. DTs take a long time to build, and he should have probably, I would imagine, some pretty good turret placement. He's even going to just make like a wide choke here, I think. Maybe one back at home just to be safe. But he actually is going to stim forward here. Not even going to care. Only 3 cannons here. A lot of stim Marines and Firebats. Going to take that out so quickly. Zealots now on the run. He does have 1 Comstat available. 1 scan. But he is just going to take that out and then move back, knowing that DTs are definitely going to be out. He is bringing some SUVs. Going to throw down a turret there. Yes, he definitely knows now. 100% knows now that he's taking one out. Going to have a scan, and he's going to take out... No, it does keep the other DT alive, so he is not going to move forward until this next Comstat is finished, which is going to be fairly shortly, but there are still 2 DTs. He's going to spread these out too now to make sure that they don't get killed in one scan. And first one just actually dies to a turret, so yeah, that was not the best attack. More DTs being built here. Oh no, he actually is going to build a dropship before, which is a classic, another classic Korean move. They are pretty good at tank drops, especially in that early game. And tank drops can be super deadly. They are the storm drop for Terran, basically. And yeah, they can be super duper effective. That splash damage, 2 shots. Sometimes it takes 1 shot. I'm not exactly sure what the logic is around the damage for it. 70 damage and 40. Yeah, it should kill them in 1 shot. No, I guess maybe that's just SCVs. Yeah, 1-shot probes will get 1-shotted, I believe. You know what? Now I'm getting a little confused. So I feel like both tanks have to shoot it, but then sometimes they kill it, sometimes they don't. Maybe it just depends on how they're stacked or what. We'll see here, actually. Perhaps now a drop going in here. 2 tanks locked and loaded up here. Going to get a siege. Nope. Good defense here. Ran right into 2 cannons. Took quite a bit of damage. Not going to be able to try to juke and jive. We do see a pretty good cannon defense here for drops. Going to actually, look at that, sneak some Stargates in here. Looks like JH is going to try to go right into carriers. I don't know what just happened there. I heard something load and unload, but that's just that same injured tank with the same 2, or same injured dropship with the same 2 tanks inside. DT still holding this choke here. Vessel now going to be built. Still has not added on really any more additional production facilities, which is a little bit worrisome, but he actually has been building, he built the choke and some turrets, and he actually held that fairly offensive, fairly high investment attack by JH, throwing a lot of that early resources into cannons, pylons, and zealots, and a lot of his APM into the microing the fight. That yeah, I forget where I was going with that, because this drop is coming out, and he actually built some Corsairs here. 2 Corsairs are just going to pop out in the nick of time and take out this very low dropship. These 2 tanks are going to siege in here, and why not? Why not just siege up there? Maybe you'll kill a pylon. Zealots are going to quickly clean that up here. 2 Corsairs are going to go in here, probably sacrifice themselves just to scout or maybe patrol around here, so they can pick off any potential drop ships. We're not seeing a long-term plan quite yet for Scan. Throwing down 1 additional barracks, getting all of his upgrades started. He's actually, I guess he's heading into the super late game here. He does not look like he's going to attack anytime soon. He obviously saw that because he was attacking it. So he knows that carriers are going to be coming. And, yeah, I guess his response is to throw down 1 additional starport. He does have a pretty good SUV count, 62 SUVs versus 63 probes here. But, yeah, JH gonna go for a quick carrier build. Scan's gonna go down, scanning. Yeah, looking pretty turtled up right now. Now he's going to pull some SCVs to start massing up starports, I would imagine. Since he does see this early and big commitment to carriers. 8 starports. Upgrades going good for both players now. And yeah, now it looks like he is going to start pushing. He still doesn't quite have the production facilities that I would like to see him have. Only 2 factories still. But I guess when you have the macro that he does, it is not a big deal. Adding more and more barracks now, 2 more command centers, a bunch more SCVs out here to start building supply depots, as he just supply stuck himself by breaking that choke down. I'm gonna go ahead and scan that front and realize he doesn't even really need to siege up there. He actually EMP'd that too. EMP'd that choke, so those Marines tear down those cannons even quicker than they would normally. Going to be a couple AFK zealots here, not going to fight together and going to die. That means JH is probably panicking pretty badly at home, making a lot of pylons over all around the map to detect any kind of leaving of the base from Scan. Scan now going to get a pretty good position out here on the choke. 4 carriers are done. I guess he's just going to rely. Oh, I guess he's going to go Valkyries to counter those carriers. Going to have his first push in here. There is Storm, there is EMP, but he did use that EMP on those cannons for some reason, instead of these High Templars, which would be a lot more cost efficient. But yeah, this is going to be up to JH to hold. I feel like he should have no problem holding this. These carriers are going to be out before a sufficient number of Valkyries, so unless these Marines can all stay alive and continue to pick off those interceptors without dying to these storms, which pretty good pullback there. Going to keep those all alive. Another storm goes down there. Going to take out all those carriers. About 2 storms each from those High Templars. Pretty good. 4 High Templars for like 3 or 4 tanks and 20 Marines. Pretty good trade. Storm's pretty good. Carrier fleet locked and loaded. Going to leave one of his boys behind. Hopefully he sees that soon and gets that guy ready. Going to look like he's going to try to attack from the top side. Try to enter and just snipe that main here. Scan not spending his resources quite as much as he could. He is focusing a lot on this push right now, and not as much on building turrets as he should. He pulled up a lot of SCVs and then just didn't quite start making them. He is going to have to do that soon. He did scan a bunch of spots. Didn't quite see where those scans landed, but yeah. That is how she goes here. Gonna a nice Dragoon trap there. If he does build Dragoons, gonna have to make them go all around there if they don't just decide to siege out right there. 3 Valkyries, 5 Valkyries. Gonna have to defend all these carriers, these super quick carriers. 14-minute carrier push here. Not even gonna worry about defending his home base. Gonna come in here and just target that main. That is such a big win, especially the earlier in the game. It's just going to stall out the rear. It doesn't mean you necessarily win, but it is going to put you in a good spot. The Terran's just not going to be able to continue to mass as much as he would love to. It slows your gas down so much, slows your minerals down so much. You build a bunch of depots here, so he's going to have to try to expand here, but that's going to be a nightmare. So yeah, these carriers are going to be not even completely dealt with yet. These Valkyries are having a tough time in these low numbers here. Also, just storming his front, not even using any units other than High Templars and carriers here. Going to scan again, see that he does have still a ways to go, especially if he's just going to have Marines here. There's a lot of cannons just all over the place. These carriers still alive, just a little too early. That's the problem there. See, the production is just not there. Scan has the resources kind of, but not the production facilities, not the turrets. Gonna let those carriers get in a little bit too early. Yeah, a little bit sloppy again from Scan. Like, he knew those carriers were coming and he pushed instead of preparing. I don't exactly know what the right situation. I feel like Terran just needs to turtle for the most part. And you'll be golden. But not the case. These last 2 games going to be pretty aggressive. Koreans don't like to turtle. It's against all of their StarCraft knowledge and their Art of Sun Tzu war books that they've read. But yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. Since they are 11-11, we might as well leave it at 1-1 to represent the evenness that these two players are. I hope to see them clash in the SCW17 finals. Two possible finals candidates. Hopefully they at least meet for a best of series. And yeah, it should be interesting. A couple other Koreans are there. A lot of activity this season. Should be exciting to see who gets in those top 5 spots or top 6 or whatever it is and how that tournament goes. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Until next time, it's your boy Tony G.